Okay, I'm back. Let's have a little looky here, huh? Let's have a little looky at the changes. 14.15 preview. They're making a lot of changes to ADCs this patch. A lot of changes. We've had a good run, boys. We've had a good run. I'm gonna keep it real. It seems like Riot Freak has finally come around to pull the trigger on us. You know? Like, we had fun. We could play ADC regardless of any role that we got autofilled. But Freak's had enough. Freak's had enough. He's bringing us back to the farm and, you know, he's taking some power. Taking some power out of us. So let's see. As mentioned yesterday, nerfs are coming into ADC's laning and first item spike through early fleet nerfs. We're also reducing the power level of some ADC items that were released a bit too strong in the Season 2 changes. Some taps down to Kraken, Shiv as a result. Kraken plus Shiv. As a result, that gives ADC champions a bit weaker up a one item Trove. We think Kraken being so strong is what's driving a lot of the solo lane marksman meta right now. I agree. For Varus, we're trying to put more power into his Q max builds over his W max builds. Okay. Ezreal, we overshot a bit in recent patches, and he's mostly unaffected by any of the item nerfs in the patch, and will be disproportionately buffed as a result. So we're tapping him down preemptively. This is smart. This is smart. Because most of the ADCs that are good in Ezreal, like Kai'Sa, Zarya, I think are pretty good in Ezreal, they're going to be weaker because of these changes, right? So it's good that they're also nerfing Ezreal. AP items. We're bringing other AP items up to the standard of other portions of the AP ecosystem. Items like Storm Surge were over nerfed for range, and Void is still needing a little bit of help. Cosmic and Rocket Belt have also struggled a bit to be performant for their core users. Shyvana is the main champion being nerfed for regular play this patch as she's overperforming. Leona is also one of the strongest supports right now by pretty wide margins, so we're bringing her down a bit. Skarner, we over nerfed, so we're restoring some of that power. Oh, Monka. We're also taking away some of the lane-specific power and kidnapping units behind them on a cast that doesn't allow champions, especially Melee, to play safe in the wave. We hope to strike the balance between lane and jungle Skarner. Returning skill skew to some champions. Over the years, we've made a bunch of adjustments. Over the years, we made a bunch of adjustments to champions to make them more performant in normal play and reduce some of the optimizations that make them stronger in high levels of play. This has led to a gradual movement towards safe scaling champions in lanes, especially mid, and we're looking to recoup some of that. For assassins, we're trying to target them at having moments of strength at 3, get all abilities, 6 ult, 9 first max, depending on the champion, whether the kit is conducive towards it, and playing up those moments of power. Irelia, giving her a bit more power in an all-in situation, especially since she's usually close to full HP due to her healing. Akali, we think it's pretty reasonable that in most cases Akali is trying to survive until 6 and play against the opponent's mana bar until she has kill threat. We're also buffing the ultimate here, so the buffs are skewed more towards mid lane and killing squishy champions rather than top, as she tends to have low interaction patterns up there. Yone. Giving Yone a pretty... Oh, this is a scary patch. This is a scary fucking patch. We're nerfing ADCs and buffing assassins? Oh, Monka. Nah, we had a good fucking run. We had a good run, but it's over. It's over for us. GG. Giving Yone a pretty meaningful Q-Max buff. He's still meant to have pretty weak early game, but once he gets Berserkers and Q at higher ranks, he's going to represent a lot more threat than previously. That's what I love to hear. Just give him more threat. Fuck you, Freak. Fuck you. Yone's ult can go pretty low CDs later in the game, so we're bringing it down to compensate for these buffs. Okay, Yasuo's changes are targeted at increasing the efficiency of his rank 1E, in particular to increase his threat in lane. This is potentially a lot of damage when used well with his E stack, so we'll be monitoring closely. For the Wind Brothers, we're also skewing a little stronger because Fleet and Kraken are being nerfed and they often use them, and we don't want to rise special them. Zed is receiving a compensation nerf to his late game ultimate CD because he came pretty low and not represent a meaningful window. However, he's receiving a pretty strong Q rank up buff that is meant to spike around level 6 to 9 area. Silas. In high levels of play, Silas tends to max Q as a bit more of a safe line pattern, while in regular play, it tends to max W so it doesn't get punished as hard. We're making Q max move up more and also increasing the uptime on Q cast. And so, as a result, wave pressure and trading potential. He's also building pretty squishy with quite telegraphed and one-dimensional play patterns, so we're adding some more mixed durability damage profile back to him. Holy shit, so much text. Now let's see the actual changes. And we'll be the judge of these changes. Varus, base AD up by 2. Damage on W down by a lot. Minion passive attack speed up by a lot. Champ takedown passive up by a lot. Champ takedown passive attack speed cap is now 3. Bro, these are huge Varus buffs. Holy shit. Varus might just be back unironically. Yasuo, E damage. See, Varus was like bad for one patch. Fuck you. Yasuo E damage goes up. And the E stack scaling goes up. Monka. Now it goes to 100%. And base armor goes up. Q now always dashes towards his targets. Short range Q dashes less far. Okay. Leona, passive damage down and W damage down. I mean, her damage was too high, but I was thinking maybe you'd nerf her tankiness rather than her damage. She also feels a bit too tanky, you know what I'm saying? Ezreal Q80 ratio down. Yeah, I think this is a fair Ezreal nerf. I think this is fair. What's the Aurora and Aurelian Soul are here, but why isn't there any text on Aurora, Aurelian Soul? Remove the camera. So they're nerfing them or no? I don't know if they're nerfing them and they just haven't figured out what yet, or if they aren't nerfing them but they forgot to remove the text. Nobody gonna ask about the Aurora, Aurelian Soul? Ah, whatever. Shyvana, big nerfs. Actually, this is a 2% nerf, this is a 3% nerf, this is a 1% nerf. Maybe not so big nerfs. 2%, 3%. Can't we do bigger than that? 2% nerf. Fuck off. Scar nerf. Oh, champion adjustments. Those are the real scary ones. E can no longer grab units behind Skarner, makes sense. Cassio, well, mana up. Q mana cost down, W mana cost down, E mana cost down, Q AP ratio down by a lot. E bonus damage AP ratio down. What the fuck? Wait, but these Cassio nerfs are huge, no? Or am I stupid? It's like 0.2 less AP ratio on Q and less AP ratio on E. I mean, she does have less mana cost, but is that worth? And they're buffing Aurelia's HP by 40, and her HP regen is going down. Okay. Akali ult damage going up. Ult cooldown going up. W cooldown going down. Okay. Qon Q damage goes up by 20. Yeah, that's quite a bit. This is like a skill that he uses the most in the whole game. And then the ult cooldown goes up by 20 max rank. Okay, fair enough. Said Q damage goes up by 20, but less bonus AD, and ult cooldown goes up. Not a huge set buff, I think. Isn't it kind of like a set neutral? Silas Q cooldown goes down. Q damage goes down. E AP ratio down. W heal ratio down, but it scales with bonus HP. Oh, all these changes just look like nerfs, no? I thought they wanted to buff these champs. Like the Aurelia one looks like a buff. The Kali one looks like a buff. The Yone one looks like a buff. The Zed one looks kind of like a nerf. The Sal's one looks kind of like a nerf. The Castiel one looks like a nerf. I don't know, weird. Dark Harvest cooldown goes down by 5. On takedown, reset timer goes to 1 second. That's nice. It's a good buff. Cosmic Drive HP goes up by 100. Spell Dance movement speed goes up. Holy shit, Cosmic Drive is actually going to be a good item now. Oh my god, 400 HP on Rocket Belt? That's a lot of HP. A lot of HP. Storm Surge passive bonus movement speed up by 10%. Range passive damage up by 5%. The Void Staff now gives 95 AP. The Death Stance now gives 10 more armor. Oh shit. Kraken Slayer, 2% less movement speed. Now 80% effective on ranged champions. Static shift 2% more, less movement speed. And 100 more gold cost. I think these are fair. I think the movement speed was the biggest problem with the items, that they give so much movement speed. LDR nerf? Ah, Shibal. That's also deserved, but it's sad. It's sad. It's a sad day to be an ADC. It's a sad day to be an ADC. It's a sad day to be. What can I say? What can I say? It's deserved, but it sucks. It sucks. And then because they're nerfing LDR, they have to nerf Mortal Reminder as well, right? Because I think now Lord Dominic's and Mortal Reminder have the same armor pen. I think Mortal Reminder is 35%. So probably it's now better to go Mortal Reminder in a lot of games. But they don't nerf Kraken, are they high? I think you're high, buddy. It's right here. Complete footwork, healing. Nerf until level 14. They shouldn't nerf it? What? They should nerf Kraken, of course. I mean, Kraken and Static are OP. The fleet nerf is kind of big though. What do you say on the take of Reptile and his nerfs? Look at his Twitter. What did he say? We're smoking some heavy shit. This point, solely initiatives are broken because of XP sustained. One solution played mid or bot lane does like having his passes in the rough because the lows are broken faces that don't survive. Says suffering. See suffering. Suffering. Are we suffering? Are we really suffering though? Top 2 right now, both ADCs. Rank 6 ADC. Then we go look at Korea. Rank 1 ADC. Rank 5 ADC. I don't think we're suffering. I think we've been living really good. Although he didn't see the actual changes, so maybe that's why he said this. Because the actual changes are pretty light, you know? Like, I don't think the changes that they did are insane, you know? Like, this nerf to Kraken, it's not killing the item. And this nerf to Static is not killing the item, you know? So, it's not that... The biggest nerf is probably the fleet nerf, to be honest. But I don't think these changes are insane. I don't think these changes are insane. They're not gonna completely warp the meta, I think. I think the most OP champion, though, after this might be MF, to be honest.